What is up, metalheads? What is up? It is Heavy Metal Pokemon here, bringing you our IBL Season 5 draft recap. So we're going to go over the team that we drafted, why we drafted them, and how the team came to fruition, and all that stuff. So how I go about my drafts is go through and I usually make a plan. Now, I know you're like, but if you make a plan, you'll get snapped. Well, yeah, but if I don't make a plan, then I hold up the draft because I'm like, oh, now I gotta go in and look and see what's taken. Drafts anger me because I think they should all be fast drafts like fantasy football. 2-minute timer. If you're not there, auto pick. That's just me. So I make sure I have a plan so that way if I'm gonna be like at work or unavailable, I can be like, okay, hey guys, pick me these up. So I would dump my picks into the admin chat and they would grab them for me if I wasn't around after like 10 minutes. It's courteous, and it keeps the draft moving. So I went through and I had to change the draft plan like 3 or 4 times because originally I thought we had like 12 months. So I was budgeted my points for 12. And then 11, so I had to change some stuff. I had a really cool team to start. Had like Suicune, Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Arcanine, Registeel. Just had like a bunch of cool stuff. And then Crocodile, I had to change from there. So that really sucked. I really like that first rendition of the team, but let me see if I can grab it. Bear with me one moment. I'm telling you, this was a cool team. I know I should have thought about this before. I don't have it too far. All right. So here was my team that I was originally thinking of. Tapu Koko, Arcanine, Hawlucha, Suicune, Crocodile, Mega Aggron, Altaria, Frostless, Audino, and Vileplume. We switched up Vileplume later after speaking with some people, for Roselia. And that gave Suicune some toxic spike support, so that was a cool idea with that. So, but let's get right into the draft. So here's our cool little draft slide. So next up on the first pick up on the draft, we had the second pick in the league, which was awesome. And we have Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko was originally drafted to be traded with Austin, head coach of the Lawrence Talonflames, because he wanted to franchise Tapu Koko, but he wasn't able to because we didn't have franchising from season 4. So we got Tapu Koko, and then after that, he was supposed to give me Ziora, but that got drafted by Cress, pick 1. So we're gonna stick with Koko. I guess Austin decided he wanted to not go that route this season, so we're sticking with Koko. With base 130 speed and free terrain, Koko's gonna be a really solid member for the team. Allowing us gets access to both U-turn and Volt Switch. So that's gonna be really nice. Both quick mode for that and really fast. So that is what's up. Koko will be named Kokohana for the season. So, as I said, I'm really excited to have Koko on the team. Like I said, just 130 speed plus, both physical and special ability, some cool stuff. So, not a Z user because then I would only had one, and I think having multiple Z users is really nice because it gives you extra prep, and then gives your opponent harder stuff to prep for. You have no idea what you're gonna bring but if you have just one, you're like, okay, there's a few things it can do. Like you can prep for all the things it can do. But if you have multiple, you gotta think of like what special moves can they bring, what attacking moves can they bring. So, all right, on to the next guy. There we go. We have Arcanine. This is a round 2 pick. I wanted to draft this mon super early, as I knew everyone would want this mon. It has so much versatility, so I needed to get Arcanine quick, and I really wanted him on my team. So, I mean, he can be defensive, he can be offensive, he can be a utility, he can be choiced, and he is a Z captain for the season. So, really excited to have Z Arcanine. Gives you a few cool things. Gives us, a lot of cool moves that we can use. So that's gonna be super great. And then plus we have extreme speed as well. So if we're like a choice band set, we can just kind of revenge everything at the end with extreme speed, which is pretty cool. Intimidate's a great ability. Flash fire is great, so we can wall like some fire types. And Justified is also great because knockoff is like one of the top moves to use in League. Because you think about it, you want to knock off their item. Like, you don't want them to have that boost. So you're gonna, put knockoff on a few things, One, it gives you nice, super effective coverage against ghosts and psychic types. And 2, it knocks off an item. So it's a really good move. So Justified is a really good ability on Arcanine, especially since you don't want him to have his passive recovery and leftovers. He is going to be named No Scope for the season, as I believe this was the biggest snipe of the draft. Everybody was like, whoo, when I took this. But I had to take it round 2 because you should have seen like all the people afterwards that were going to like try and get it. Now I could have probably got it 3 because I don't think Kress wanted it, but I wanted to make sure she didn't want it. So, alright, on to our next mon, Hawlucha. So, as per usual with Tapu Koko, Lucha is usually here follow, and I grabbed it quick. Because you can definitely use Hawlucha with any of the terrains, or anyone could grab Hawlucha and be like, okay, I have 3 times I can use this against other people in terrain mode, and then I could probably use it for other stuff too. So I grabbed it, as per the usual with Tapu Koko. But with 118 speed and Unburden, this mon is pretty quick. So, I mean, our team is pretty fast right now, just the 130 and 118. Arcanine's pretty good with 95, but 118 times 2 is fast. I don't know if there's anything that can outspeed it. So he's got a bunch of setup. He's got a bunch of cool tricks. So he's gonna be definitely hard to prep for every week for each team. So that's another thing that I like about him. Like, they have to prep for the electric seed set, which is awesome. Yeah. So he's going to be named Broom because he's going to be sweeping every team this season. Alright, on to our next pick. We have Mega Aggron, the mascot pick coming in. So we have Mega Aggron here, and he was one I wanted to get as he's a solid mon. He's great and stuff. We needed steel type, and his ability is perfect with filter and everything like that. So I normally don't draft Mega Aggron after A Drive did, because everyone kept drafting him, and then they would always name him Megatron. Like, so I'm not about that. I just I just don't. But so we got Mega Aggron. He's gonna give us some great stuff. He can curse. He can just heavy slam everything. He can rock polish. So he's a pretty cool guy. We'll see what he can do for us. I think he's going to be very nice on the defensive line. So meet Blue Eyes for the season. All right, on to the next pick here, and we have a Alolan Persian. So after some negotiations, you know, the Colorado Mamoswine, we have come to agreements with Alolan Persian to re-sign. So we had a Alolan Persian last season, and Alolan Persian wanted to re-sign with us. You know, it took some negotiations, especially since it wasn't our first pick for a dark type. So we originally wanted Crocodile, but Joe took Crocodile from us. So a little bit of a snipe there, but that's fine. So we got Alolan Persian. Now, we weren't going to get a Alolan Persian here. We were actually going to get Suicune in this spot. But that was literally taking the pick before, and I was like, ooh. So I had to restructure the whole team just due to points. And but I'm glad we were able to get Alolan Persian. I'm sorry, Jacob. You know, I know you wanted this mon, but it was on my plan to get it down the list. And Suicune was sniped, and this was next on the list. And I'm like, well, I guess I got to go for it now. So I felt kind of bad taking this, but you know, it's just next on the list. So I was ready to let it go and, you know, find another dark type, but it was there, and I'm like, well, I might as well. I wanted it. It's here, so welcome Cyrus back to the team. Gonna be great. 115 speed with parting shot. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier that Arcanine is our first Z captain. I don't know if I did. I believe I did. But he is our first Z captain. Persian is not a Z captain this season. No, Persian is not. We'll get to our next Z captain shortly. Alright, on to the next pick. We have Jellicent. So we kind of drafted these next two mons really kind of early, but we wanted to make sure we got them. Jellicent is our bulky water. Water absorbability is going to be great for some of those fatter water types that like Suicune, you know, that just have no way to touch me. So I can really bother them. I can stop Suicune from setting up with haze, and it just walls it completely. So that's really cool. And some other kind of mons. So this is gonna be nice. You know, with some utility, some reliable recovery and recover. This mon's gonna be great, and I hope he can help us out to greatness. Named after OP Jellicent, Zohan is going to be helping us this season. So get hype for that, guys. All right, on to the next pick. We have Claydol. Again, like I said, this one needed to come a little early. We wanted to make sure we got this guy. We needed an ground immunity and an electric immunity that wasn't weak to rocks. So Claydol fit that perfectly. And he also allows me to get rid of rocks and other items on the field. So that's kind of cool. You would think with Rapid Spin and him levitating that he wouldn't be able to remove some of the stuff on the ground, but you know, I'm not going to complain. You know, he gets really great coverage. He gets access to Trick Room. I don't need Trick Room, but if I go up against a Trick Room team, I can. He can tank a hit, and I can use him to unset the Trick Room. So that's kind of cool. I've used that strategy once. It was worked out really well. I used Focus Sash Kadabra with Trick Room. He sets up the Trick Room. I let him kill my Mon. I bring in Kadabra. I know I'm going to live a hit. And I remove the Trick Room. Kadabra gets a little bit of chip and dies. And then I just sweep from there. So, you know. This could be good. So you know that there's a strat with that. Like I said, he gets a lot of great coverage moves. He gets like Ice Beam, Earth Power, Psychic. So This is gonna be nice, and we don't have to face it, which this thing can wall Halucha pretty well. So it's a twofer. I like it. All right, on to our next mon. We have Zygarde 10% mode. Oh, I forgot to tell you the name for Claydol. Claydol is going to be named Great again. Next up, we have Zygarde 10%. So we needed, we wanted a dragon type, just so we had that raw power of the dragon. I also needed a ground type that was a little better than Claydol at the ground moves. So Zygarde was still open, and I had plenty of points. So a little high priced. He was 120 points, but we did go ahead and grab him. He's got great speed in 115, which is awesome. Gives us great viability in great priority in extreme speed, which is cool. But he also has like the most spammable move now in the game with 1,000 arrows. So we're fast. We have 1,000 arrows. We just spam it against everything. So he's pretty great. 115 speed, 100 attack. Nickname Airbud for the season because he looks like a dog. I have a team of dogs. So Airbud is going to be a solid member of the team. I hope he's going to be there to clean up for us at the end. So that's going to be great. All right, on to our next pick. We have Lycanroc Day. So I guess I had to have another dog pick. So I kind of wanted to boost my speed tiers a little bit, just so I had a little bit more in between, 100 and 130. I don't really have anything at the 100 mark. I couldn't get anything, but I definitely have. I have two 115s and I have a 112, and then 118 and then 130. So I have a lot of speed tier, speed to kind of to beat. Just kind of gives you, some. I don't know, some stuff. So we'll figure how all our speed works out with everything later, but we did want to add some of that, and a little bit more priority too. But this mon also gets fast hunt and access to sword stance, so it can be a setup sweeper. It can be a focus sash lead, taunt their lead, and then we can put up our own rocks and they can't do anything to us, whatever. So it's gonna be great to see what this mon can do for us. And then we have the Accelerock for the priority against some of those birds, like Talonflame, or Mega Aerodactyl, because rock does not resist rocks. So Aerodactyl is weak to rocks, so that can definitely get us a revenge kill against that monster. That's the only thing that outspeeds our team that I can think of, besides Selgor. But Selgor is also weak to rocks, so. Electrode 150 also can outspeed our team, but that thing's kind of weak, so I think we'll be alright. So this is going to be named Dak Attack for the season after my good friend Dak Attack. If you like the EDM music, be sure to go check him out. He's got some really great stuff. His latest album, Pack Mentality, just released a little while ago. So he has that's what he calls his fans, is Wolfpack. Let's not confuse him with that other douche. So Dak Attack is our Lycanroc. And Lycanroc will be our second Z captain for the season. So that's super awesome to have Lycanroc here with us. Alrighty, and then on to our next pick, we have Glaceon. This is a weird pick here for me. So we needed a cleric, and Glaceon kind of seemed to fit the cleric role pretty well from what was left. We may switch this. Gives us an ice type though, because we were, we had originally had Frostlass though. that was kind of cool. But you know, so we decided to go with Glaceon because you know we were looking at Vaporeon as well, but you know they got picked early, so Glaceon seemed like pretty good. We could have gone Umbreon as our dark type, but a little too passive. So we got Glaceon. Glaceon's pretty cool. It has 110 defense, 130 special attacks. So this mon's gonna take some physical hits for us. It's not super effective, I think. I mean, it only has like 65 HP, which really sucks, but we'll see what she can do. So, you know, she's going to be able to pass some wishes for us and heal up the team, which is going to be cool. Also gets Ice Shard, so like, if we're getting swept by a thing, you know, we can bring this in, get an Ice Shard, have it die, and then bring in like either Cellrock or Zygarde and just kind of revenge with extreme speed, you know, after the Ice Shard gets it down a little. So that's really cool. Break the multi-scale with on Dragonite, so you know gets a little bit of priority, so that's pretty cool. Spanik wanted to be named out, have this mon named after him, so welcome Spanik to the team. This is our third and final Z-mon. I figured like Z-Wish, like special defense boost, and then I could pass that to somebody. So that's kind of cool. You know, like I said, it gets some cool stuff. So definitely a solid mon to be looking out for. All right, and last but not least, we have Roselia. Like I said, I wanted a mon that gets toxic spikes. You know, so that way we can kind of weaken out the other team and stuff like that. So it's gonna be really nice to have, you know, on the team. So we get both spikes and toxic spikes. So that's really cool. So we have rocks, spikes, and T-spikes. The only thing we don't have is webs, but that's perfectly fine. Roselia also gives the you know, gives us some heal in aromatherapy, which is nice. Gives us poison types, so that way we do have a fairy killer on the team that's not Mega Aggron. So that's pretty cool. You know, just gonna be here to take on the waters, for, you know, actually beat the waters for us. Jellicent's good against the waters, but Roselia is gonna be able to finish the waters for us, so that's really exciting. I'm really happy to have Roselia on the team. I'm really excited to see what she's going to do for us. So that's going to be nice. Named Ichirin for the season. So gonna be really nice. Hoping that we can definitely get some kills and some spike setups, stuff like that. So that is our team for this IBL season right now. It could change later in the season. We'll kind of see how the first I think we'll stick with this team for the first 2 weeks, and then from there we will we'll kind of continue talking with the front office and see where we want to go. Our first match should go up, I believe, 1 week after this, so be on the lookout for that. We are facing Brendan and the Marbleau Mudsdales for the first season, so for the first week. So that's going to be a good match. So be sure to be looking out on the Twitter sphere, because we are going to be shit talking him constantly. Going to make him lose. We're going to throw all the shade at him because, you know, he's my good friend, so I'm allowed to throw all the shade that I want at him because he's a punk. So anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments down below what you think of the draft and who you think is going to be our main member of the season. You know, I'm really feeling Zygarde is going to be our offensive guy. I mean, I know we have Hawlucha and Koko, but I feel like they're going to be kind of niche in some situations. I see kind of Hawlucha maybe not coming as much. You know, so we'll kind of see. You know, every match is going to be different. So maybe Hawlucha is actually really the sleeper on the team and kills everybody. but I think Zygarde's going to be good. You know, definitely able to spam that 1,000 arrows for us. You know, is going to be great. So that's just kind of my thoughts. Just looking at the team on paper. So, but yeah, as always, bros, keep gaming.
Memory, I can't lose. I hold on to you.